of our lungs. Abdominal breathing fills our lungs completely. As babies, we were always abdominal breathing. That's what babies do. You can see their tummies rising and falling. But as we grow older, we tend to forget how to abdominal breathe. So to relearn this skill, the best thing to do is lie flat on the floor and then take one hand and place it on your upper chest. Take the other hand and place it on your lower abdomen. And then just breathe naturally. Don't force your breath, but see which hand rises when you breathe. If your chest hand rises, then you know you're taking more shallow breaths. But to abdominal breathe, you use your mind to take your breath down deep into your abdomen. And then with each breath, your abdomen rises. Our breath is the essence of our lives. We breathe all the time. Relaxed abdominal breathing is a wellness technique that you can do anytime and any place. Studies have shown that spirituality, including prayer, meditation, and attendance at religious services, has a healing effect, increasing our sense of peace. When we place our attention on a power higher than ourselves, it helps us to lighten the impact of stress on our body and mind. Recent evidence shows that even brief journeys into nature can be soothing and revitalizing. Researchers at Texas A&M University found that patients recovering from gallbladder surgery who could see trees from their rooms needed fewer painkillers and shorter hospitalization than patients whose rooms looked out onto brick walls. Walking in a park, through a field, or sitting beneath a tree gives us time to let go of the focused attention we use when caregiving. Even in an urban setting, and even in short stretches, being in nature can give us needed time for quiet aloneness and inner stillness. Mindfulness-based stress reduction was developed by Dr. John Kabat-Zinn, a professor of medicine and a research scientist in mind-body healing. Mindfulness-based stress reduction can benefit those with chronic pain, anxiety, depression, high blood pressure, and cancer. Mindfulness practice can be done in a group setting or at home. It is widely used in hospitals across the country because of its health benefits.
The value of mindfulness is to allow yourself, I define mindfulness as moment-to-moment, non-judgmental, non-critical awareness of your thoughts. So what that means is that if I'm following on my thoughts and I'm staying here with an awareness or centering on my breath or my body sensations. And then I realize that I've gone off into thinking, worry, anxiety, fear, doubt, whatever we want to call it. I've actually left. I've actually left my body, so to speak. So the value, and also what I may be doing. So if I'm actually giving care to a person and I've gone off into shopping or gone off into the future about something, I'm not actually present for the person. So the practice is about how can I stay present, because the anxiety and the quote stress on caregivers is when not only you're doing this, but you've also gone somewhere else, and you've also gone somewhere else. So if you can keep on coming back to caregiving, and then shopping, and then whatever, then you move from moment to moment, which intimately within our physical being allows us to be more present.
One of the first directions of mindfulness is an awareness of your body.
And I would first just bring your awareness to actually seeing the body sitting here in the chair as a whole, the actual position that it's taking of sitting. And then to bring the awareness to the contact of the feet on the floor, the sensation of what that feels like, the buttocks, the back, the elbows, the hands. So the power of mindfulness in this practice, in this process of caregiving, is to be able to see that it's when we leave, when we lose ourselves, that caregiving becomes difficult. Caregiving becomes stressful. Caregiving becomes tiring. And if we can be present to what we are doing simply as what we are doing, which is caregiving, by being more present to ourselves, by living in this moment, free of all those emotions we've talked about, and start to realize that we do have control over them. We do have the ability to let them go.
The exercise system called Qigong is part of traditional Chinese medicine and has been practiced for thousands of years. Medical studies have shown that practicing Qigong improves the immune system, reduces stress, and contributes to longevity.
Qigong is really very broad, and Qigong is really a way of life, and that is Qi is defined as the vital life force, and Gong means the way we work with it. And so, therefore, if it's a vital life force, it affects all aspects of our life, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and how we relate to nature. This is all very, very important. So it can't be broader than that, you know. Qigong can be very simple or it can be very complex. And that's the beauty of it. Because if you have only 10 minutes, you know, a day, some people say they only have that. And you can learn some simple exercise and breathing techniques and do that repetitively, and people have gained from that. What we're talking about is the mindfulness of the universal Qi, life force, that is always there for us to draw from the universe to help ourselves to heal, as well as then we be the catalyst to help the healing of the other person.
Yoga is a system of physical postures and breathing exercises that has been used for centuries to calm and rejuvenate the mind and body. Yoga is part of mind-body medicine and is effective for reducing stress and increasing physical and emotional well-being. Taking breaks from caregiving is one of the most beneficial things you can do for yourself.
We find that too often with getting breaks, whether it's a formal respite program or it's asking your family and friends to be with your family member while you go and do something for yourself, that the major problem is that too often caregivers wait until they're hanging at the end of the rope for a break. And we know that breaks tend to be more healing, more beneficial to family caregivers when they plan early in the caregiving process and they take breaks on a regular basis. And they also, during that break time, do things that are important to them rather than obligatory activities in terms of shopping, for groceries, taking care of someone else at the same time. They do something that really fulfills themselves as a caregiver.
Humor and laughter can lighten a stressful situation. When we laugh, we feel carefree and in control of our environment. The act of laughing is like an internal massage of the body. Laughter allows the release of uncomfortable emotions.
Humor plays a part, absolutely. Thank God for humor. I suppose I'm blessed with humor. It's an automatic thing. I don't have to really work at it. I think I can make humor out of anything, and really that's probably been the greatest talisman that I have, is being able to bring humor to a situation that is, you know, of a sad kind of a thing, and reverse it, so to speak, and just put a little touch and loosen up the situation as much, yeah.
When my mother was sick, you know, when she couldn't do much in the facility, I used to take old-fashioned movies like Red Skelton and comedians, you know, from Mexico like Cantinflas and Tintin, and they were very funny movies, so we enjoyed laughing, and even though there was no sound in her, and because she didn't have any sound, you should see her expressions were hilarious. We really laughed a lot, you know, and so that was a way of relaxing.
It has been shown that writing about events that affect us deeply and how we feel about them improves mental and physical health. Journaling allows you to discover different parts of yourself and gives voice to what really matters. A journal is a safe place to express yourself. You can vent feelings such as anger without hurting anyone. To get the most out of journaling, date each entry. Keep what you write so you can reflect on it later. Write only for yourself and don't judge what you write. A quick and easy way to start journaling is to do the 5-minute jump start. Keeping the pen on the paper, write whatever comes to mind without stopping for 5 minutes. In the midst of caregiving, we are often so focused on providing care that we don't take time to record the precious moments that we share with one another. Writing these moments down will provide you with a keepsake for years to come. Take several deep breaths. Then think about a time you shared with your loved one and write about it. Art in the form of sculpture or painting provides a means of expression for feelings that have no words or are not yet understood. Dance, music, and singing can also provide potent tools for creative expression, self-understanding, and healing. Joining a support group allows you to express your feelings and gain knowledge from the experience of other caregivers. It also provides social and emotional support. Other factors that foster well-being include expressing our feelings, having close friendships, learning new skills, caring for ourselves by getting enough sleep, exercising, eating a healthy diet, caring for our body and appearance, and seeking our own medical care. While these factors apply to everyone, it's also true that each of us finds rejuvenation in our own way. It's important for you to identify what makes you feel that your battery has been recharged. Take a moment to think of 1 or 2 things that you want to include regularly in your life. Make sure that your choices are simple enough to achieve. Then create an action plan that will help you to bring these activities into your life on a regular basis. Use one action plan for each activity. Creating an action plan is simple. For example, if you want to include a walk with your neighbor once a week, then write that activity with a specific starting date and the steps you need to make that happen. It should look something like this. To help me begin walking with my neighbor by June 8th, I will check with my neighbor to find a time that works for both of us, call my sister and ask if she can watch Mom once a week. If my sister cannot help out, then I'll call the local respite services. And 4, buy myself a pair of good walking shoes. Then sign and date your agreement with yourself. Post your completed action plan in a place that you will see every day and work on it step by step. This is an effective way to reach your wellness goals. Caregiving is a life-changing experience. Exactly how it changes your life depends on how you respond to it. One of the greatest challenges for caregivers is recognizing that they have needs and the right to fulfill those needs. The other challenge is the willingness to ask for and receive help. The choice of how to respond is yours. When you choose to care for yourself, it is a gift you give to everyone. Locate support groups in your area by contacting your local area agency on aging, council on aging, senior support services, hospitals, or senior centers. You can learn more about mindfulness-based stress reduction, Qigong, and yoga through classes, videotapes, books, the internet, and other media.